Welcome to today's deep dive. Imagine a famous guitar maker, a brand known for decades for crafting heavy physical instruments, suddenly pivoting and dominating the market for digital recording software.
Right, that would be a huge leap.
Exactly. It's a massive leap in identity. And today, we are looking at a transformation on exactly that scale. For a century, Rockwell Automation has been the heavy metal giant of the factory floor, building the physical controls and motors that keep assembly lines moving. But recently, they've turned themselves into a massive software vendor. I mean, they pulled in over $2.38 billion in software and control sales for fiscal 2025.
Yeah, that is a massive number. And the vehicle driving that pivot is, it's something they launched back in 2018 called FactoryTalk InnovationSuite. Their whole goal was to move from just selling you physical machinery to, selling you the software that runs your entire manufacturing empire.
Right, but they didn't just build one giant monolithic piece of software from scratch, did they?
No, not at all. They built what is called a federated stack, which basically means...
So instead of one massive program, it's an ecosystem,
Right.
like a digital tool belt, rather than one magic hammer.
Yeah, exactly.
Or think of it like a smart home setup. You might have cameras from one brand, a thermostat from another, and smart locks from a third. They function independently, but they all communicate through one central hub so you can run your house. But I have to ask, is this actually a smooth, cohesive platform for a factory, or just like a bunch of acquired companies hiding under a single brand name?
Honestly, in the beginning, it definitely leaned toward a bunch of acquired tools. Integrating industrial software is notoriously messy. A federated stack means these tools don't share the exact same underlying code base, but they are wired together to share a common data layer.
Okay, so how did they actually start wiring that together?
Well, they started building this in 2018 by partnering with PTC to get basic IIoT, the Industrial Internet of Things. That essentially means putting digital sensors on old physical machines so they can finally send data to the cloud.
Making the machines talk is step one, sure, but you have to actually do something with that data to make the factory faster.
Right, which explains their next strategic moves. In 2021, they acquired a company called Plex. And Plex provided a cloud-based manufacturing execution system, or MES.
Okay, got it.
If the sensors are the nervous system feeling what the machines are doing, the MES is the brain tracking every step of the actual production process on the floor. Then, in 2024 and 2025, they partnered with Microsoft and NVIDIA to add AI and digital twins.
Wait, a digital twin? Break that down for us.
A digital twin is an exact 3D virtual simulation of your real factory. It lets you test out a new production run on a computer before you ever risk breaking the real physical machines.
That is wild. And when you string those together, the sensors, the production tracker, and the simulation, the results actually make sense. Look at Fonterra, the massive dairy cooperative. They rolled this out and improved their OEE by 20%.
Yeah, a huge jump. And just to be clear, OEE stands for Overall Equipment Effectiveness. It is the ultimate factory metric measuring how much time your machines are actually pumping out good product versus, sitting idle.
Or just breaking down entirely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Rockwell even used this same stack in their own manufacturing facilities and saw a 70% increase in outputs. But making this work requires overcoming a massive technical hurdle. Industrial machines speak dozens of different ancient programming languages.
Right, here is where it gets really interesting, but also messy. Throwing modern NVIDIA, AI, and cloud tools at a 30-year-old stamping press must create a massive headache of integration complexity, right? Like a total translation nightmare.
Oh, it absolutely does. To fix it, Rockwell built what they call contextualization tools. They act as real-time translators, turning raw, messy machine voltages and error codes into standardized data that cloud software can actually read. They claim this cuts the manual data preparation effort by up to 80%.
Wow, 80% is huge. But solving the data is only half the battle. The bigger failure point is human.
Oh, without a doubt.
Okay, let's unpack this. This proves that the best software in the world is useless if the floor workers refuse to use it. Factory workers are not IT staff.
No, they are not.
If an AI tool requires a machinist to take off their safety gloves, stop their line, and type data into an iPad, that software is dead on day one. You have to win hearts, not just servers.
That is the ultimate bottleneck. Look at Hindalco, a major aluminum producer. When they adopted this suite, they didn't just email out a login link. They ran 15 digital immersion sessions for over 800 workers.
Wait, 15 sessions for 800 people?
Yeah, they essentially built a physical sandbox where operators could play with the new dashboards without the pressure of breaking the actual production line. It builds trust in the system before it ever goes live.
I love that. They recognize that digital transformation fails when floor operators distrust the data. You have to orchestrate the software, but you also have to train the humans using it.
Right. And this stack is still evolving too. I mean, there's actually dropping their Vuforia augmented reality product for new sales in 2025 to focus more heavily on cloud and AI integrations.
So it's not just a one-time event.
Exactly. Moving from physical products to a software ecosystem is a constant curation of what works.
It really makes you wonder, though. If a century-old heavy machinery giant can successfully pivot its entire identity into a multi-billion-dollar cloud and AI software powerhouse, what untransformable legacy system in your own industry is actually ripe for a complete software reinvention right now? Maybe your industry's hardware giant is quietly writing the ultimate software playbook. Something to think about.
Thank you for listening to today's episode of our Digital Servitization Exchange podcast. We hope the insights sparked new ideas, challenged assumptions, and brought clarity to the evolving world of service and digital-driven business models. This podcast is grounded in extensive research across various fields, drawing on years of academic work, case studies, and cutting-edge publications. It also shaped by hands-on experience of our collaboration partners, whose real-world challenges and successes help us to translate theory into practice. If you enjoyed the episode, consider following the podcast and sharing it with colleagues who are navigating the civilization journey. Your support helps us continuing bridging high-quality research-based and practice-proven perspectives straight to your ears. Thank you for tuning in and see you in the next episode.